Are you feeling stuck with some big decision you need to make? Well, you know what? You are not alone. Many of us are struggling to figure out the big stuff and sometimes even the small stuff in life. Stuff like, what's going to be my next career move? Should I move out of this hellhole state I live in? Or, am I even going to get married in life? Are you struggling with some of these questions or questions very similar to it? Hey, let me tell you why. It's because over the last couple of years, we've all lived under this whole lot of stress and uncertainty associated with it, which leads to a high level of what's called decision fatigue. The good news is there's a reason why making decisions feel especially hard right now. And I'm going to talk about some strategies to make your path forward a little clearer. And that's no matter where you're going. So let's get at it. I'm Rob Johnson and welcome to the Legacy Gentleman channel. There is a neurological reason why so many of us are struggling with making decisions right now. Think about it like this. Your brain is a muscle, just like your biceps or even your glutes, and it gets fatigued after a whole bunch of exercise. And when we're facing stress, and especially a prolonged chronic stress, it really drains your mental resources. Decisions take mental engagement, and the way the world has been changing over the past few years, we've all had to make a lot of hard choices about life and family. And you know what? This constant barrage of calculation means that our brains have fewer resources to support to other executive functions that would strengthen us over time. Chief among them, the ability to make decisions. Not all decisions are created equal, and we can't get away from making choices in life. But realizing what kind of choice you're facing can make the difference on how you approach it. One of the first steps in solving big problems in life is recognizing that uncertainty is common and uncomfortable, and then embracing that feeling. That doesn't come naturally to most people, so latching on to what you can control often helps. Even if you don't know what decision we're going to make, realizing that you have agency over your life actually is empowering to people, and it's also true. But then the next step is you need to realize that there are factors outside of yourself and inside of you that are going to actually influence your choices. First is your state of mind. That's really your general attitude toward the decision you're trying to make. And remember, there is power in positive thinking. So think positive about this decision you're trying to make, that you're going to have a positive outcome. Next is the situation. So there are many factors that go into this. This is stuff like your background, the economic situation, and even your geographical and social context, which will influence how you think about the decision you're trying to make. And finally, there is status. How far along the path to actually making this decision are you, and how realistically are you able to accomplish your goal if you make this choice? So even if you have a decision process in place, sometimes we do still feel paralyzed by the gravity of the decision we have to make. But here's a way to look at it, guys. Think about your life not like a puzzle that has to be assembled together, but like a work of art. See, guys, as long as there is breath in your body and strength in your limbs, you can learn, adapt, and make it work. Look, it's okay to feel exhausted or drained or even stressed out sometimes. Usually that is just weakness leaving your mind and body. But rest, recharge, change it up if you need to, and then get back at it because you got stuff to do and people depending on you. Gentlemen, our brains were not meant to multitask, despite what society and often a lot of businesses try and tell you. Sitting down and focusing in a place of peace on the big decision you need to make is a wonderful tool for you to do to actually solve the problem at hand. And you know what? I even recommend sitting down and writing out what you're actually thinking about doing, because that'll take your mind out of that stress loop of making decisions, and it might even unlock everything you need to do to actually make this big decision. Our brain is going to rehearse and repeat things, especially when we're stressed. We get stuck in this kind of negative feedback loop sometimes. Not only does writing it down actually help break this negative feedback loop, it also is a signal to our brain that we can stop ruminating on this decision we need to make. So think about seriously writing stuff down when you're trying to make an important decision. As with most choices, looking inward is really vital to actually solving the problem. You know, understanding who you are and who you want to be is essential to making decisions that'll take you on that path. Think about the world we live in. There's a bunch of streaming services, like this one will tell you what you should watch next. There's a bunch of food that'll get delivered to you and you don't even have to decide what you want. And being a man's man is toxic. That make us all in the practice of not really having to make decisions, which is why it's inherently hard for a lot of us now to make big decisions. The state of the world today has made decision making even harder for most of us men. It has forced us to take stock of where we're going to fit in the bigger picture of the world in the future. See, most great men are forged in the fire of hardship of various types, and for many of us, COVID-19 and our current economic situation has been a hardship for us. And it has forced us to actually face our mortality, our dependency, and our limitations in the world. It has also been a time for us to reach new heights of resiliency, determination, and relentlessness. Look, review your life over the last 3 years. I bet you're stronger. I bet you've overcome more than you ever could dream of. And you know why I know that? It's because you are here right now. So that next thing that's on your plate is just your next victory served up for you, ready for the taking. Gentlemen, thank you for stopping by and watching this video. If you think this was helpful, please like it. But if you want more positive videos like this, please subscribe to this channel and join the community. Go out there and do something special. I'll see you next time. And hey, go be legendary.